Trafficking is part of the underbelly, the dirty underbelly of South Florida that few people ever really talk about. But tonight, one young survivor is stepping out of the shadows.
She's sharing what happened to her just a few years ago on the streets of Miami. Most of us never see, and some never escape. Local 10's Amy Viteri has the exclusive.
I just say, I want to go home. He was like, oh, if you want to leave, I'll kill you, your family.
It's a rare look inside the nightmare endured by one sex trafficking survivor, sharing her story with the public for the first time. It's a case that made national headlines in 2013.
Honestly, I could have been dead a long time ago.
Now, 6 years after her rescue, that girl, now a young woman who we're calling Z, is finally speaking out exclusively to Local 10.
I was a runaway, and I was getting bullied at school.
She was only 13 years old, a frequent runaway, not getting along with her mom. She ended up hanging out at Flea Market USA in Northwest Miami-Dade. It was there that she met Roman Thomas, a 26-year-old who asked if she wanted to hang out and took her to the Motel Shores at 105th and Biscayne Boulevard. And Thomas didn't waste any time. She says as soon as he got her to the motel, he had her change into skimpy clothing, took photos of her, and began shopping her on Backpage.com. Within hours, she says, she was being told to have sex for money. Her trafficker, Thomas, and his accomplice, Shanteria Sanders, fed her drugs and alcohol to keep her compliant, beating her when she said she wanted to go home.
She slapped me, he punched me. They'll take me, choke me.
That's when Z says he took her back to the flea market, this time to have someone tattoo his pimp name on her eyelids, branding the delicate skin with the words, Suave's House.
And it told the world, you're nothing, you are mine.
Police arrested Thomas and Sanders after Z's mother learned where she was. She says her first instinct was she was in trouble, breaking down when officers assured her it wasn't her fault.
When I hear stuff like that, I start crying because at the end of the day, I still feel like I did something wrong.
Her story shocked the South Florida community, including Miami-Dade State Attorney Catherine Fernandez-Rundle. She says Z's ordeal mobilized them to learn more about trafficking and paved the way for more convictions.
And now we have had over 580 filed criminal cases.
Rundle says 40% of the victims her office encounters are under the age of 18. 60% of the victims are local.
A walking ATM machine. And that's how these guys look at them. They don't see a personality, they don't see a soul, a heart, they don't see tears.
Thomas is now serving a 20-year prison sentence. Sanders got probation. But for Z, the trauma didn't end there. She endured more bullying because of those permanent tattoos. Years later, she says a local doctor stepped up and removed them at no cost, but another agonizing procedure.
It was painful, but it was relief.
So to remove the tattoos, they had
laser surgery.
And then stitch your eyelids?
Yes.
Her case prompted Rundle's office to lobby to make state law very clear. It's now a felony to permanently brand or tattoo a victim in Florida.
And then I knew that that's where I wanted to get involved.
Business owner Amor Sierra says it was Z's story that inspired her to buy a tattoo shop.
Our main focus is to help human trafficking survivors where we can cover up those tattoos that are put on them.
Her shop in Miami Beach partners with different agencies to help survivors cover up ink that can be a painful reminder or worse, put survivors in danger.
It's so important to cover up that tattoo, not just to give the survivor new life, but to also protect them so that that old tattoo can't be identified and their life could be at risk.
Z now has an 8-month-old daughter of her own and says after years of therapy, she's still healing. Her message to other survivors is the same thing she still tells herself daily.
Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault.
Amy Viteri, Local 10 News.
The focus on human trafficking is growing as South Florida prepares for the Super Bowl next year. The Women's Fund in Miami-Dade started a campaign using signs on billboards and buses to encourage and raise awareness ahead of the big event. The state attorney's office is warning anyone coming here to buy sex